what was the underground scene that you guys grew up around, or was it primarily like an online thing? And how do you grade the health of the underground realm
I'm
today?
gonna let him go first on that because he's really a child of the underground.
Yeah, I love underground music. I'd say like I'm a student of it, right? Like a student of the culture and like rap and everything. And I feel like underground music is in like a really like interesting place right now.
Mm.
But like the scene and stuff that I grew up like consuming was like very much like I feel like the scene that everyone remembers like the most fondly, like like all like the Team Sesh, Hollow Water Boys,
Yeah.
Suicide
Raider
Boys,
Clan.
Raider Clan, Very Rare, like with like all the X shit, like
Yeah.
and everything. Like so it's like all that shit was really popular when I was like a kid and stuff. And when I was in high school and middle school, like 8th grade on to high school, like I was listening to a lot of like Metro Zoo and Slug Christ and Curb Lagoop and Young God and like Ocean Gang and shit. So it's like I feel like maybe back then underground music was more creative and like actually focused on like music.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't around then, so I don't know. I feel like everyone's always been trying to get clout for all of time, All those fools are trying to get clout just like everyone is now. But I mean, the way that people did it was different. I just think that like the way that the underground functions now, I wouldn't say it's necessarily unhealthy. I just say that it's more like label involved than ever. Like now you have these underground artists that are getting pushed as underground artists by labels, like so that their image.
All these niggas are signed now. There's not
like,
no underground anymore.
They have like an image of being underground. It's like the label pushes them through the underground before they're allowed to be like big boy status. They can't just like industry plant them anymore. So it's like they get industry planted on a lower level. Like I'm not gonna say names or who or whatever, but it's like there's mad people around me that have like the same like number of followers or monthly listeners or whatever, and they're signed and I'm not, and it's like, yo, why did you sign? Like so it's like there's a lot of weird like promotion shit, like and like everything, like all these paid promo pages and shit. Like if you're following like Hyperpop Daily or Underground Sound or Our Generation Music or whatever, you're basically just following like advertisement. Like there's nothing there that like
those underground sound niggas be shamelessly promoting bullshit.
Like
I don't know who runs that shit. I got love for everybody. I don't know you. Don't come ask me about this shit if you see me. But y'all niggas be shamelessly promoting bullshit left and right.
If you see this and you go, oh, Acid Soljah's lame because he was hating on my underground promo page. Think about this. You run an underground promo page. So who's the lame one here? It's not me. It's not me who's going, opening up Photoshop and cropping this image to go, Netspend just turned 18. Whoa, like I'm just like man, shout out Netspend and shout out all the pages that promote him.
Shout out Net.
But it's just like it's not as authentic anymore, like it's like so I always try to bring the real authenticity, the real us,
Dude, like so many of those names you just named are like people that had me super genuinely excited about underground music, like around the time that we started No Jumper and everything. And when I think about it, it's like now a lot of times when I listen to underground rap or like the underground sound freshman cover or whatever, like I fuck with some of those artists and stuff, but sometimes it feels like underground music equals like people not even trying to rap good at all, but using an absolute shitload of auto-tune.
And the gimmick usually.
And it just kind of feels phoned in at a certain point. When I was listening to you guys, I'm like, oh, all right, this is some shit that really reminds me of that era, like Sesh Hollow Water Boys, and just constantly finding people who are just doing weird new shit.
Like an innovation of like what was then.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of people now that are making underground music are really like students of the culture and the sound necessarily like we are. Like,
well, that's what I was gonna say when
like we're like really like we really love this shit. Like I could stop rapping tomorrow and like get like a normal ass job and I'd still listen to like underground music every day because that's like what I like to listen to. So it's like we really like eat, sleep, breathe this shit, So it's like I don't know.
I never really listened to the underground music when I was like I don't know, like before I started rapping, I didn't even know there was an underground. I started putting music on SoundCloud and that shit started doing good. And then niggas alerted me to the fact that there was a group of niggas that considered me an underground rapper. Like I was listening to like Kanye and like Lil Wayne and like Gucci Mane Like I was big in the trap shit, but that's not considered underground,
Right.
right? Because I've been listening to rap my whole life. Because my dad is from Alabama and he's from Bessemer, so he just like put me on to like a whole bunch of crazy, like even like old school like trap like rappers and shit. Like that's how I listen to underground. Oh no, rap music. Yeah, I've listened to rap music my entire life. So like. I was on Dat Piff and shit. You know what I mean? Like I was really listening to like Wiz Khalifa's tapes, like Cabin Fever.
Mixtape Monkey was
I was
lit.
bumping like Young Scooter. Like niggas don't even remember Young Scooter.
Oh,
like
Scooter.
niggas talk about underground rap and they be like, yeah, the best underground rappers of all time is like Suicide Boys. Like I got love for Suicide Boys. If the underground is what niggas say it is, aren't those niggas like Young Scooter supposed to be underground too? Yeah. Like that was my underground. I was never into like Black Cray. I'm not gonna front. I heard a Black Cray song for the first time like a year ago. I never really bumped bro like that.
But that's the weird thing about like the underground is that it kind of gets like divided into two things, which is like real underground weird people that are just interested in doing some freaky ass renditions of music, and then there's like street dudes who maybe are like pushed in a direction of being a little bit weirder. So like some of that underground fan base applies to them and everything like that. But like I always think about that with Florida, where it was kind of like at a certain point you had like X and Kodak, and that's basically like liberals and Republicans. Like these choose your side. It's one or the other, and they don't really mix that much. Yeah,
and they're both mad fire.
Yeah.
But like I found out about the underground, I didn't even know what that was, and then I just started finding all these artists. The first underground rapper I ever heard was Chapo. It was Chapo and Curb Lagoop's collab mixtape.
The best album ever.
That album is so fucking good. Chapo was punching in, rapping on that shit. Like he was like the Michael Phelps equivalent of rapping on that tape. Like he was just going in on every song. It was crazy, and it was really introspective. Like he had like some real like progressive songs on there where like. The beat, that's what I was really drawn to, is like how the beat was like kind of crazy. And he would have hooks like splash, like just like alluding to shit, like or like promethazine puddles, I'm geeking, like some shit like that. It was like it was just like real like different than like the street
that
shit.
One song where he's like, hello, goodbye.
Yeah.
Hello,
like,
goodbye.
It was like
drive by.
It's like that sounds stupid, but that's just mad like that's low-key mad
so
like
fire.
conceptual.
Yeah.
It's like a smart concept for a song.
Chapo's one of the best rappers of all time. High key.
Man, he was
like,
such a legend, dude.
He was fire.
I gotta listen to more of his like current output. Is he purely just on this like emo wave?
No, he's
or?
back on the
we
old
were just
Chapo
chilling
shit.
with him a little bit ago, and we made a
just
bunch of fire ass
me,
music.
him, Chapo, my man Taz, R.I.P.
Taz.
We just made a bunch of fire songs.
Oh yeah.
Like last week before we came here.
Yeah, nah, he just had like such a syrupy voice, and like he like if you watch his first interview, bro, like he was on hella drugs. Like the Molly was just like taking over his body, and I feel like he kind of got his life together a little bit at a certain point, and maybe like I don't know, like I always wonder if like that era of him rapping was like that good because he was gone in
I don't
another
know. He
dimension.
was so good. The way he was rapping like so like fluently. For a nigga that talks like big,
he's got like long draws in his voice.
Yeah, like but he's such a fire rapper. It's like it almost doesn't make sense when he talks. You ever seen those dogs that have like the droopy faces?
Yeah,
that's like that's what I think of when I hear Chapo talking, bro. I love
like
him,
that little cartoon. He's like a little white dog.
Yeah, what's his name? It might be Droopy.
It might be Droopy
or some shit. Yeah,
I got in the underground shit because A$AP Rocky put Bones on his album.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then
that was a big deal when that happened.
Like the Canal Street song or whatever. I forgot what song it was, but I got into Bones, and then I started like desperately searching for Sesh Hollow Waterboys interviews, and then like I found like other rappers related to them, like Xavier Wolf, and then like going back to Raider Clan and shit.
Who's in the underground? Is Cardi in the underground?
He was.
He was.
He preceded
and Thousand Band Fawny was in the underground.
Yeah.
Okay,
with Uno the Activist.
So stay with me. Was Hood Rich Pablo Juan in the underground?
Nah, he's a street dude.
See, but that's the person that invented every underground rapper's flow. That's where I got my flow.
But I feel like he kind of like went to DC and heard the DMV flow at that time and kind of like took that on with his own like Atlanta type thing, and the fact that they were really doing crazy shit because he got a racketeering indictment and he's been locked up for 5-6 years. He about to get out now.
About to get out. I'm trying to buy a feature.
But you should for sure.
I fuck with him. He's one of my favorite rappers ever.
Nah,
Hood Rich Pablo One.
Remember the very first song he ever put out? Yeah, I heard the very first song he ever put out. I was just on YouTube scrolling, and I seen it pop up. It was Diamonds from Africa featuring Pee Wee Longway.
Oh, yeah.
That song was crazy. Era. I heard him rapping. I was like, I never heard a nigga rap this before, like a day in my life. And then Gucci started punching in.
The underground, a lot of the underground is like taking shit that like street dudes are doing and just like putting your own twist on it and just freaking it in a crazy direction.
Yeah.
But yo, I seen a tweet the other day about the Weatherman video with Xavier Wolf and Bones. And it was like that's such a weird video that stands out so much. And we were hanging out with them like when they dropped that video, and I had no idea that this like 10 years later would be considered like the pinnacle of the underground during that era. Like this kind of represents that so unbelievably well.
That video is classic.
Super crazy. It's like up green screen.
Yeah.
Like when we used to go hang out with them, they would be like Bones, his parents or whatever had a house, and there was like a barn behind the house, and all those dudes would kick it in this barn all day, and you walk in and it's just backwood guts everywhere on the floor. They didn't clean the shit up. They would just dump the woods on the ground, and it was
damn, that's legendary.
really
You was
disgusting.
Yo, one thing about you, bro, you was really there for every single part of this shit.
A little bit.
Like,
Sometimes
pretty much.
I just like hate not being able to be around for everything.
Yeah.
Especially now
I feel like
that
you make a good effort though.
Yeah.
I like that you had D Savage on here the other day.
That was good.
That shit
That
was
was
history
we
lesson,
watched the whole interview.
I love
Yeah,
D
yeah.
Savage, one of my favorite rappers. Like I was happy that you brought him on here and you really like. I feel like niggas try like fake, like try to blackball him, like try to say he was living in his car and like make up mad crazy ass shit about him that wasn't true. Like that nigga's fire, bro. Like he's a fire rapper.
He got that process that they try to put everybody through, where they build you up, they hype you up, and then as soon as you don't really like deliver on what they expected from you, they just treat you like a joke. But I feel like he's kind of like persevered through that and still
he's
has
lit
the
now than ever.
opportunity.
I
Yeah,
think he's the most lit. He's more lit now than ever.
yeah.
We love D
100%.
Savage.
D Savage legend.
What?
Yeah.
What LA artists you guys fuck with? You guys fuck with any?
I fuck with X4.
Isn't D Savage from out here?
D Savage from out here, yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with
X4.
X4. X4 is fire.
X4 is
Dude,
fire.
Yeah.
X4.
Bro,
Bitch, when
Gunner,
you getting off, you're a bitch.
Gunner
Yeah.
showed me X4 yesterday. I'm not really hip to LA music, you know? And
I like
there's-
Drakeo the Ruler too.
There's this X4
Yeah.
song where he said, "Bitch, when you getting off work, you a bitch."
Yeah.
I fuck with
That's
that.
just fire.
I
That's just
fuck with
fire.
that. And Drakeo the Ruler is really fire too. R.I.P.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's not like a LA rapper, but he's a West Coast rapper. Mike Sherm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then I fuck with obviously Lil B. I fuck with Mozzie.
Yeah.
And then
Lil B is the best Bay Area rapper of all
X4,
time.
I think you and X4 would go crazy.
I would definitely do a song.
I would do
Yeah.
a song with X4.
Oh man.
You guys got any other like
I'll hit
crazy
him up.
dream collabs? Yeah, and Adam, you gotta make that happen.
I'll try to make that happen. I just like am trying to picture like what he would even think, if I, like what is gonna go through his mind when I show him your music.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could probably tell him like, yo, there's some underground shit. Like you're gonna,
Yeah,
this is-
exactly.
this is
exactly.
really-
You
you
gotta
might
sell
not get it, but this shit is cool.
Yeah, dude, the kids are eating this
Yeah.
up.